Lauren agreed. But don't worry, we have 2 professional judges, Father Mike continued. We were lucky to get them. How did you get them? Zoe asked, her brown eyes quizzical. Once word got around the congregation, someone told me their cousin was a judge, and they'd ask her if she could volunteer for this show. Before I knew it, I had a male judge contacting me and asking if he could take part as well. Where are they? Zoe looked around the hall. Over there. Father Mike gestured to the far side of the room, where a blonde woman in her 30s spoke to one of the church volunteers. She sported a sleek bob and was stylishly dressed. That's Dana, and Robert, the other judge, is speaking to a man over there. Robert had big, pouchy bags under his eyes, as if he hadn't had enough sleep, but was dressed soberly in dun slacks and matching jacket. Lauren guessed he was in his late 40s. Did you know AJ is competing in the cutest household cat division? Lauren remarked. Yes, I saw the entry form, Father Mike smiled. It's a shame she doesn't have a pedigree, otherwise she could compete in the long-haired class, like Annie. I know. Zoe nodded. But I don't think AJ will mind, do you? She seems to enjoy the attention she's getting. Lauren glanced over at AJ and Ed. Annie had found AJ as a stray kitten in their rear garden and had brought her into the café. Ed had taken one look at the little mite and had instantly fallen in love. Today, he guarded AJ's cage like the proud cat dad he was. AJ was 18 months old now, and her fawn fur was striped dark brown. In the middle of her forehead was more dark brown fur in the shape of an M. Hi. A dark-haired man in his 50s, wearing a red checked shirt, gently placed a cage on the bench next to Annie. Is this the long-haired premier section? Yes. Lauren smiled at him. I'm Zoe, and this is Lauren. Zoe introduced them, and this is Father Mike, who organized the show. With a lot of help from the congregation, the priest said modestly. Jerry. The newcomer shook hands with them. And this is Toby. He drew back the gold drapes shielding the wire cage. A large cat with an apricot-colored coat dashed with white peeked out at them. His green eyes looked friendly. Oh, he's beautiful. Lauren drew in her breath at the sight of the magnificent cat. Brrr. Annie tilted her head as if to peer at the feline next to her. Not as beautiful as you, Annie, Lauren said hastily in a whisper. She didn't want to hurt Jerry's or Toby's feelings. Annie would always be the most beautiful cat to her. He's a Siberian Forest Cat, Jerry said proudly. He does pretty well at the shows as well, and we'll be competing at another one in Sacramento next weekend. But that's not why we do it, is it, boy? He looked fondly at the cat. He enjoys the attention. He looks similar to Annie in build, yet a little different, and bigger, Zoe said thoughtfully, as she gazed from Toby to Annie and back again. Yeah, Siberian forests do have some similar characteristics to the Norwegians. For instance, they're both big cats with long fur, and they have rounded tips on their ears and big paws, and in the past, both breeds were used as mousers. Toby gazed at them, as if realizing they were talking about him, and it was all positive. Good luck, Toby, Father Mike said. And, of course, you too, Annie. Someone caught Father Mike's attention from across the room. Oh, dear, it looks like the refreshments table is in need of help. He said goodbye and hurried over to the woman waving at him. How long have you been entering cat shows? Lauren asked curiously, as Jerry gently stroked Toby. For the last few years, Jerry replied. I retired early and didn't know what to do with myself until I saw a cat show on TV. Toby was watching it too, weren't you, boy? Toby's gold eyes gleamed with intelligence as he gave a quiet, chirpy meow. And I thought to myself, Toby would wipe the floor with those cats. He laughed. I'm only kidding, but I thought Toby might have a good chance if he competed, so we entered a couple of shows.